Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Harmony Foundation podcast series. And I'm pleased today to be joined with Linda, John, and Sasha Moinzad with Ventanas Behavioral Retreat in Denver, Colorado. It's nice to have you all here.
Thank you
for having us.
We're so excited to learn about your new sober living program that's opened up in Denver. But before we do that, we always want to learn a little bit more about people. And so we'd like to ask you a little bit about what got you into the field. And I think, John, we'll start with you first.
I am an alumni of the Harmony Foundation, and from a transitional standpoint, I had some difficulty, and basically my family had a background in education and in health and wellness that helped them to put together a program of accountability, of fiscal responsibility, as well as self-esteem building. So together we all collaborated to put together a private sober living facility to create a transitional environment for people that are looking for a different quality of life.
I think that's great. And Linda, we talked earlier about you're the operations manager for this. It must be really wonderful to do this with your children. What was it that sort of sparked your interest in going into this type of a venture?
Well, I think that for me it was the love of my child and seeing him suffer with the disease of alcohol. And trying to figure out how I could help them, or help him rather, as his mother. That's what we do. We help our children as much as we can, and I wanted to learn as much as I possibly could. Coming from an educational background, I've been an administrator in the university, community college, elementary, in all of those arenas, as well as in the juvenile detention arena as well. So, I've always been in a helping profession, and I thought, well, if I'm helping everybody else, I've got to figure out what I can do to help my son, because if I don't, I'll lose him, and I can't leave that responsibility up to someone else. Along with my daughter, his sister, and his brother. We just worked at it. We did research. We talked to each other. We put plans together. You're going to do this time, and if you need help, call me, or you've got to walk in the house in the morning and see if you can get him to respond. It was a very, very trying time, but one that we learned through fire, how to help John, and just feel as though it worked for him. If we can help somebody else, that's kind of where we want to go, so that we can pay back, because the results were that he is living a sober life, that life is good for us all now, and it could have gone so differently. I think for me, my higher power is the good Lord, and so I put a lot of thanks into him for helping me and my other two children go down the right path and make the right decisions to help John.
I think that's great, and it sounds like you all have really found your place in this evolution of what Ventanas is going to be for you all. And so, Sasha, you're the health and wellness component of this important project. And so can you talk to us a little bit about what a client would experience if they came to Ventanas?
Yes, so with the health and wellness side, basically what we're doing is a customized nutrition and physical, spiritual, mental health analysis really is what we're doing for people. I'm going to sit down with each individual, and here's the other thing, a little background on us is we've got a max of 5 people staying with us at a time for a 90-day minimum with us. So, it really forces them to be a part of the program and really be a part of the fellowship of it. But not only that, we have a high staff to client ratio, and so they really get that one-on-one, and they get essentially what we did for John. They get most of our attention. They get all of our attention on what their needs are. And so with that being said, I bring to the table a more holistic take on it and kind of healing the body from the inside out. People don't realize the amount of wreckage and abuse we put our bodies through, especially somebody who's using. And the aftermath is, okay, what do I do with my body now? Because now I have all of these issues that I didn't have before. And I'm a firm believer that it can all be solved with nutrition and herbal supplements. And I've never been huge in medication and pharmaceutical, and so that's what I'm going to stay with. These people are coming to us from treatment programs, so they'll already have whatever medication prescribed to them that they're needed for any sort of mental or health issues. but anything else is going to be something that is going to be a journey that we want to take them on. And it's not just me customizing something for them, it's teaching them, because that's the whole bottom line. They want to learn life skills while they're with us. I want somebody to be able to leave and recreate this beautiful dish for themselves and know all of the different nutritional background of it and the reason why they're eating kale, you know, the reason why they're eating these foods that so many people hate these days. I want them to learn that lifestyle and, you know, learn to love it and to feel the health benefits of it.
Yeah, and I think creating those new habits or those new lifestyle changes is critical in early recovery.
I agree. It's replacing all of the bad habits. And not only that, it's giving them something to look forward to. And the beauty of, you know, physical is that you see it. You get to feel and see the physical change. You know, it's even when you're going through detox, somebody who's gone through detox, you know, you get the DTs and you're in the middle of it and it's hell. And then a week later, you feel good.
Right.
And then 2 weeks later, you feel better. And then, you know, it's like you keep coming because it feels good. And then you feel and see all of those differences. And your health is, you know, one day all of a sudden it's restored.
You actually come alive again. Isn't
Yes,
that right?
exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Well, so John, this is not your first time here coming to Harmony, of course, and we talked earlier about how you feel like things look a little different for you. So I know this is, and I don't know, Linda, if you came up when he was going through the program, and
I
so
brought him.
I think we all
brought
have. We've all been here. So what are your thoughts about today's visit versus
You know
when you
what?
were here as a client?
I'm really grateful that respect is being applied to the disease, and that they're really educating and changing the game with regards to care, because it is a vicious disease that doesn't discriminate against anyone regardless of age, race, or economic background. And so what you're offering people is an opportunity to transition and relive their life the way that God and everyone intended. So I'm glad that Harmony has grown and diversified along with the disease itself.
Well, thank you for that, and we're so grateful that we've had a chance to connect with you all in the capacity of sending our clients to you, so that we're really excited about the new partnership that we're going to be fostering. So, Harmony Foundation, Linda, talking about what does harmony mean? So if somebody were to ask you, what does that mean to you today, what would you say?
Well, I'll tell you something. For me, when I was looking for some assistance in what I could do for John, 10 years ago, I didn't have a clue. I really didn't have a clue. And when I made a couple of phone calls immediately, I thought, this isn't going to work. And it isn't going to work because of who he is. The reason I chose Harmony is because I felt that at the time, it had the program that I thought was going to help him. It had the nutrition, the residents. It had the staff, the qualified staff that I felt were going to satisfy the needs that he had. And so today, seeing things and seeing how they've changed so much, not necessarily that change is always the best thing, but the physical change, the staff has changed, and this whole idea of harmony of life is something that I think is extremely important, and it was extremely important for me because of who John is, and I felt that it was a good mix for his needs and what you could provide. And as I see things today, it's even better than I saw it those years ago. And since I've been back, even the evolution is wonderful and beautiful, and I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, folks want to access services at Ventanas. How could they get in touch with you?
I am always available. My name again is John, and I can be reached at 720-837-9361. And our website is Ventanas Retreat.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, thank you all for coming and visiting with us today.
Oh, thank you for having us.
We
Thank you
enjoyed it.
so
Loved
much.
it.